What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Small Biz. In today's video, as we approach noon, East Coast Central Time, just outside of Atlanta, Georgia, on this TGIF last trade on Muln, the 48-cent holy grail line in the sand. The obvious question on everyone's mind is, David about to go for round two with the great Charles Payne on Fox Business, or was that cheesy-ass news announcement that he put out this morning wrongly naming a competitor a way of hiding under the desk? All that and more coming right out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, TGIF, I need you to do me a huge fucking favor. I don't care if you're long, you're short, you're a bear, you're a Debbie Downer. I need everybody to give this a thumbs up and share it everywhere. Even if you hate my guts, you've got a major short set, you think this thing's going to zero, share it with your buddies. Look at this idiot. He's drank the Kool-Aid. He's into it up to here at $4.50 a share, although he's the guy who did trade it 3 times successfully for 154% profit in the month of August alone. But I need everybody, once again, because this is the last time you'll see me until we're back from the holiday on Tuesday. Thumbs up right now. Thumbs up. Share it everywhere, whether it's now or after this video, and tell me something below. Whether it's your favorite football team, the fact that you can't wait to get loaded up tonight, perhaps like myself, or whatever the hell is on your mind. Make sure that everyone, it's a must watch. It's got to go viral. Before I tell you exactly, word for word, straight from the heart, what I would tell Fox Business, whether it's today, next week, next month, exactly what to say without any edits, no monitor, no script whatsoever, I have to mention the Discord. And if I break down and cry, I'm exhausted. But more importantly, I'm convinced, not because of me, but because those of you that are in there, as this stock struggles to hold support, chatting up a storm. We finally fixed the bug last night, about 8:30. I haven't slept a wink for the last 4 or 5 fucking days. I can promise you this video is going to be worth it if it's not already. And I can't explain the joy, the love I felt when I saw the excitement of people coming in the door. And I was just looking at the wall, and it's just, and there's only a few dozen people. There's 150 more coming in the next 2 weeks, and then an email goes to 9,000 people. So if you are a stock trader or you want to learn how to make fucking money, not only from this guy, but some of the best traders in the world, go to trysmallbiz.com, hit the contact us. Say, I don't own a small business, but I've seen enough of you, including watching your ass cry on camera, to know that I want to be a part of the action, because the amount of love, the amount of excitement, the amount of passion that I hope I can channel somehow, some way to David, maybe even before he gets in front of 200,000 people, is through the roof. I thought that the directory, when I started it 18 months ago, was going to be big. And while we may never have 9,000 paying customers, it's going to be massive. And for those of you that are concerned about getting my stock picks in real time, like I said yesterday, quickly, just go to the current holdings channel that's right below the stock chat channel. You can't miss it. Hit the notification button anytime I put something in there, and that won't be that often. It'll get pinged to your phone. As I said yesterday, I'm going to do 15-second videos. Hey, I'm buying XYZ at ABC. This is the reason why. Never put more than 10% into one ID. And if you got any questions, send me a DM. Boom! How many times, how many places can you get shit like that from someone who's generated 140 winners for over 1,000% fact on Twitter for free in the last 17 months? With that said, what exactly would I tell Charles Payne if I was to be on Fox News? Thank you. Share, like, muse over the fact that I'm a mess and exhausted. Let me tell you how I got here. I was watching late night TV, drunk as a fucking skunk, about 6 months ago. And I was on the Food Network. I have AT&T Uverse here in Atlanta. Channel 283. And for some reason, they had like a late night infomercial. And guess who it was? David. David, the CEO at Muln, talking at the SEMA show. I think it was 2021. You can find it if you go to Google and search. Just put in his name, SEMA Auto Show, and it'll come up. It's like 20 minutes long, or the show was. So I'm sitting there, and again, I'm pie-eyed, eating a pizza of all things. I can remember like it was yesterday. And I'm looking at this guy. He had I think it was a gray t-shirt, jeans. He's got his tattoo, and he's got his thumbs in his pocket. I'll talk about the hands and the fucking nose in a second. But he's got his, and I'm thinking, who is this goof? Who is this guy acting like he's going to be the next Tesla? And the first 10 minutes, I was thinking, what a buffoon, what a goofball. And then all of a sudden, he gets to the Muln 5, and I think it was beige, and he lights up like a tree. His body language changes. He's not sitting there like he was yesterday with his elbows on the fucking desk, rubbing his nose, hiding the fact that he might be scared to death. Any of you watching would be fucking pissing your pants if you were on live television. It's totally understandable. But might I remind you, before I tell you exactly what you should say, in your own words, David, Gus D'Amato, the great legendary trainer of the great Mike Tyson. If you know Mike Tyson, he was notorious not only for having his hands here, but he was constantly biting his gloves. Not only Evander Holyfield's ear off, but he was constantly biting his gloves. So Gus would sit there and say, let go of the hands. Let go of the hands, kid. Let go of the hands. Shake it loose, David. You need to go to a place that I saw you from 2 years ago when you were standing next to the Muln 5, and any of you motherfuckers who are long or short, it doesn't matter. Did you see that last week, that sexy white one that was going around the fucking track at 150 miles an hour? I only saw or heard one time where the wheels squealed. I was like, man, that thing is gorgeous and it's fast as hell. Now the cynics, the shorts would say, oh, it's just a model. It's just a mock-up. They're never going to mass produce it. I'll tell you what you can say about that, David, in about 30 seconds. But everybody watch it one more time before I give it to you. Straight from the heart. Absolutely fucking exhausted on a Friday and looking forward to a few hot toddies. Actually, not hotties, cold toddies. David, I'm not going to say a prayer, but I'm sending the intention, quantum mechanically, that you need to get to that place where you were next to the Muln 5, which is a badass fucking car. Feel the energy, feel the emotion of where you were, how proud you were. It's been a 9-year fucking journey. Most people watching are down 99.9% or somewhere thereabouts. It's sitting as we speak. And this is God in his infinite ways at 48 cents, which I said weeks ago was going to be the holy grail line in the sand. I believe that this moment right here, right now, this fucking video that I hope goes viral with your help is destiny. It's fate. I'm starting the fucking Discord with your help. It's going to be among the biggest penny stocks Discord servers in the entire world. Look at some of the people in there. One Love, Jason, the other one. You know who you are. There's some amazing people. And if I think about it too much, I'm going to start crying again. But David, you get on the phone, whether you canceled that fucking interview today or not, you call Charles Payne back. You say the truth. Listen, we had a problem with the audio. I need 2 minutes. You tell Charles you need 2 minutes. And best of all, you tell him, I want you to beat my ass up even harder than you did before. All I ask is that you focus on the SG&A that you were hitting me with and the dilution. But then you give me 2 minutes of uninterrupted airtime. And this is exactly what I would say. Charles is beating me up. 30 million plus of SG&A. You're spending money hand over fist. You've diluted 7, 8, 9 billion shares. The stock is down right now at 48 cents. The holy grail line in the fucking sand. We have agreed to give you 2 minutes of uninterrupted airtime, David. Go. Charles, I want to thank you and everybody watching for the next 2 minutes to explain exactly what I tried to do yesterday before we had some technical difficulties. Number one, I understand and completely empathize with the fact that we've been way out over our skis, and I understand you got to sit somewhat still. We've been way out over our skis with respect to spending too much money, which is why, as of today, we have set up a committee to make sure that we do not spend one dime more than we absolutely have to over the next several years and beyond. But with the remaining time that I have, may I emphasize the following. Number one, We have over $200 million of cash. That's at least 18 months plus of runway. We also have $600 million in assets. And unlike most of our other competitors, do not name any names, unlike most of our other competitors, we have less than $10 million of debt. In fact, by the end of next week, that's going to be gone. So with respect to everyone else out there who's listening, you might be down 70, 80, 90%. I realize at 47.5, the stock is near an all-time low, which is exactly why I and some of our fellow directors are putting our own money in the stock, in addition to about 40 million shares that I can buy back right now between 47.5. So if everyone will just give us the opportunity that we need to execute on the $279 million backlog to release the Muln 5, which was absolutely a smash home run in the event last week, I can promise you that the very best is yet to come. Not only the best is yet to come, but at least $500 million or more in revenue by this time next year. And with that said, Charles, I want to thank you for having me on. It might have been a little sloppy, folks. I'm tired. But there's one thing. Two things actually, that I learned a long time ago. When someone slaps you and you're in front of a camera, they criticize you. It's tough. The best thing you can say is, I'm glad you brought that up. That's an excellent point. You fall on the sword. You admit you spent too much money. You've issued too many shares. Fair enough. That's why we're setting up a committee to make sure we don't spend any more than we have to. And then you double, triple, quadruple down on your strengths. 200 million plus in cash, 600 million plus in assets, debt-free as of next week. And we've got the sexiest sports car that anyone's ever seen. And yes, I think at some point we could challenge the Teslas of the world in terms of sports cars. We'll never be as big as they are, but we may very well be the best. And the second thing that I've also learned before I let you guys go is people don't care. They don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, right? You've heard that. David, you got to let the hands go. Shake it loose. If you canceled because you're scared today, call him back. You tell him, I want 2 minutes uninterrupted airtime after you beat the shit out of me. And you go off in your own way, preferably with some rest, just like I did. You fall on the sword. You agree, you empathize. You talk about how you're going to cut down on the spending, and you double, you triple down, you get excited. You tap into what you had last year or the year before at SEMA. I've seen it. Everyone has seen it at least a time or two, because if you don't step in right now with 40 fucking million shares of stock and some fucking passion, and maybe you do have to drop an F-bomb that they're forced to delete out so that people will know how much you care. And with that said, until next time, always remember, I love you, and thanks for watching. Got to be 5 o'clock somewhere.